This is Kumar Sarkar, and I'm Product Service Manager from Tieto, Czech SRO. Uh, I think it's good for me that I'm Indian. I'm basically from India, and maybe I'm looking alone here, but I'm not. But it's easy for everyone who understands me and knows me because it's very easy to remember me and my face. Maybe a different person here. So, uh, I'm responsible for hardware asset management, software asset management, and Tieto Vital, which is a automatic workstation health management. And it's been 3 years I'm working with Tieto, and previously I worked with some companies, to name a few. Capgemini and HP was my previous companies, and I was working from India at that time. And now I live in Czech. I'm handling the service from Czech SRO, and I'm responsible for the people who there in Czech, India, Finland, and Sweden. So, my topic for today will be the excellence in service management. I don't know how boring it will be for you guys, but I try to make it more interactive, more pleasant, and I think you will like it. I know it's after lunch, even I'm not that good at this moment. But yeah, this is my first slide where we are talking about, this is probably, I could say a diagram or a blueprint that how we are using Mirador for the services that we provide from end user services for the device management purpose. So if you see here that the hardware asset register, the HWAR is the core of any services that we provide. And Mirador plays a vital role, and from that we got a name as Tieto Vital, but it's not Mirador service. This is something urgent I will talk, different I will talk later on. But yes, Mirador plays a vital role here and the base service for any other services we provide in device management or we provide in end user services. And Mirador has a capability and we are using it in a way that it has connected to the Active Directory. We are using it for the device, the workstation life cycle management, that it goes to the financial systems, that it could get connected to the three-step ID, Wilma connector, that people are aware who are from Finland here, that those are the financial companies who lease the assets. And after that, on top of it, where I feel that I'm master about is the software asset management. That's my core, and the service that we have developed in very last couple of years, and I think we are providing it globally, and we are doing much good there. And then the gray area is the workspace data backup and software distribution patch management. I was listening to one person who was talking about how we can replace SCCM with Mirador. That was pretty interesting for me, but it's not so easy for us in a very large volume that we could directly replace the things. It takes time, and we are on the way and looking after it. And then the patch management. So these two gray areas are something that we are not taking care of at this moment using Mirador. But yes, this is Tieto Vital, and this is really vital service from us to our customers, where we take care of their assets and the workstations probably proactively, and before even the end user gets to know. I will talk more about that later on. And then the best part, which I always like about to provide the excellence in the service management, is the smart billing. So we use Mirador for it's good to say for me at this moment that we are, I take a pride to say that we are managing around 200,000 assets with Mirador. So that's a great achievement for Mirador and for us as well, that we are using that level, and with the several customers which we are dealing with from the different industries, to name some like automotive, government, healthcare, manufacturing, and others. And the best part of it, once more time, the best part here is the integration. So yes, we are using the ServiceNow integration with Mirador. That I will try to, tell more about it. I have one slide on this. But when I go to the next slide and when I talk about the asset management, what comes in your mind? That what always we are suffering and struggling with? What the things which are not sure is the real-time inventory. We don't get the real-time inventory. We have no idea which location user is setting, which assets are using, or probably how many licenses we have purchased, how many assets we have purchased, when it is going to retire, when it is going to be disposed, and other things. which we take care in the hardware asset register. And it's basically like it says in the presentation. What we do is that we take care of their automatic discovery. We take care about them to maintain their devices up and keeping them up to date. We take care of their hardware assets throughout the life cycle, where we try to be a service integrator and make sure that we have the connectors to Mirador, from Mirador. So it's a two-way connection and two-way talking that Mirador does. So we make sure that for our customers, we make Mirador as their base tool, and they use it and we use it as well as one system where everything can be seen and taken care. The best part of it, and the exciting part of it, where you can see the cost centers, you can see the organization unit, and you can make your own decisions in the later part when it comes to your budgeting for the next year or forecasting the things for the next year. And of course, when it comes to service, then we deliver the reports, what is expected from us, and we make sure that everything is given to our customers on time, and customers are happy with everything what we provide from Mirador. Yeah, and this is something what we do in hardware asset register once again, that I just said before, is we do the discovery, we manage the inventory. We also look for the contractual information that can be done through the three-step IT and Wilma connectors using Mirador. And then the reporting part, we schedule the reports for the customers when we provide them. They don't even have to go every time in the tool. We could schedule it, we can get it available for them, and also create the custom reports for the customers how they want it. If they don't need the standard reports, we have a feature of the custom reports, and we can prepare the reports from there. And then here comes the automated monitoring of the failed connectors. So if there are some new agents which are coming and not connected, and let's say if some agents are not installed, so we get the reports and we do monitor their availability, and which helps us to improve the data quality. Yes. So here are the benefits of the hardware asset management, that it enables everybody to have their visibility on their assets. When I say the workstation, which includes laptop, desktops, and mobiles for some of the customers, they have the real-time inventory. They know what they have, and they do the cost savings without unnecessary purchases. So this is something also vital role where Mirador plays a genuine information for the customers. Yes. And here comes, which I was talking about, is the Mirador and ServiceNow integration. I'm making it a bit faster, but you are all, I would say please stop me whenever you feel like. I can keep on talking, but I have just 30 minutes. So I keep that in mind, but you are always welcome to stop me anywhere. So here is the picture where we do the ServiceNow integration, which really, before we were doing and thinking about this integration, we were in a several discussion, how efficient will it be, how productive will it be, and how easy or how difficult will it be. But somehow we really found it easy and made it easy. So I tried to prepare this diagram, and not with so details, but you could understand how this goes. So we have two ways of sending the information from Mirador to ServiceNow CMDB. The first is the workstation inventory data, which sends all the information through the import table in Mirador, and then it goes to CMDB. And the other thing is about the software installation data, and then from API we send that information directly to the CMDB. And this is how we are using ServiceNow for some of the customers we have started with, and it was a success, and we feel that this is a success because there is no problem at all, and we are going to do this for rest of our customers as well, which are in pipeline. So this is our plan, that we do the integration between Mirador and ServiceNow. Yeah. And this is the Tieto Vital, which I was talking about. This is, like I said, this is automatic way of managing the workstations, health management as as a preventive approach, the proactive approach. So what it does, it tells you everything about what is the health of your storage, how the booting works, how the OS deployment is done, how is your network devices are, what is their condition, how good they are, how bad they are, what is difference, or what is the storage details you have in terms of CPU, memory, or RAM, and it tells you everything before anything a disaster happens. So this is something that we got also used as a Mirador as a baseline. So we take the information from Mirador and make sure it goes to the health management dashboard where we talk about those things. So probably I go to the next slide where you can see how does it work. So here the Mirador, which I was talking about, the end user workstations, which goes to the web services, and then it senses the data. When I sense the data, that means it tells, before it gets analyzed, it's Mirador, which is telling the information about, before it got even analyzed, the data about in the cloud. So we are using the Azure as well there, and which gives us the information about analytics engine, where it all analyzes, and JSON and other scripts are running, and based on that script, I'm not going in that deep at this moment, but this is how the analyzing is done, and then it normalizes the data, what we get in a raw information from Mirador, and then it normalizes the data and values. Then we get this dashboard, the workstation health, the self-service index. When I say green IT index, that means it tells about exactly based on the location, organization, and if you dig into the location, you can get the countries, and you can also get the cities based on their workstation details. Then it's also, like I said before, it also tells about the OS installation age. When have you installed the OS? Is it really so old that we should start looking at it? And take the this is a forecasting, forecast your future. Because for me, if you really want to have the end users better result, you need to take care of end user devices. That could be the first step of taking and making sure that your end users are happy and doing well. Yes. All right, I finished it so early, isn't it? Yeah. So now, to end up here is excellence in service management. I have spoken a lot about doing all these things. And why I have spoken a lot? Because these are the things for me, making and keeping the customer happy is my foremost area. And I'm responsible for the product core team, where Mirador is one of my product, and one more product there. But for me to develop the product, to keep the product up to date, which helps everything in a way that I provide the better service to my customers, and making sure that getting the service, excellence in service management tells me these four points at this moment, which helps us to improve the end user's experience. And how can we do this? This can be, we are doing this by automating the things, keeping the things which do not impact the end users. Then we improve the productivity and quality. So how do we improve the productivity and quality? We make sure that we have less number of incidents. And how can it be done? Because some of the meetings when I get in, and when we look for the incidents, I'm the happiest person in the meeting, because using Mirador, I rarely get some incidents. But to survive in the company, I should have some incidents. So I try to put some ticket numbers, the ticket numbers which were used to just add the users, but that's not an incident. So I'm really happy to use Mirador because I'm not getting so much incidents in it. And the best part this gentleman was talking about is getting the support. That plays a major role for me. Because in software asset management, I have some customers using Mirador. And keeping things honest here, that I have used many software asset management tools in my previous organizations. But Mirador is not fully only the software asset management tool, because software asset management is a part of Mirador. But when I come up with some audits of some of my customers, when I talk to their customer support, I get tremendous support from them. And it is without any delay. and it fulfills my requirement. And why I'm using Mirador for different product, different features and with different services, because it's one web page for a customer. Nobody wants to have different tools for so many things. When you can get one thing, one stop, that's Mirador. So we are using, also the software asset management out of the topic from here there. And then we do the optimization in the device fleet management, which in the Vital I was talking about, that we provide the procurement with effective information about the fleet management. How can we do the optimization? How can we make sure that we are not purchasing a lot of licenses when it comes to software asset management? How do we make sure that we take care of the devices, whether it is come to end or disposal? How do we make sure that the customers who are using the machines are running up to date with their OS installation, with their network availability, with their CPU and RAMs? So this is all I think that we are doing in the service management, and we feel that we are leading and dealing with the best, and we are providing the best to our customers using Mirador. And this is, I think, the end of my presentation. So, any questions from anyone? I would be happy to answer. I have some time.
Kumar, I'm going to need you to run through that one more time just to fill up the next.
No, I remember. Is Paul here? Paul was telling me that have some less slides because you cannot complete it. Now you see I have completed before that. So I could have put some more slides here too, but I'm happy. So there is time for question and answers if anyone has any questions.
Anybody?
I have so many people, but there is no question. I think it was not so interesting.
One question maybe.
Yep.
One was about the discovery. You mentioned that you use some discovery there to discover the assets.
Uh-huh.
So how you are doing that, and then the software asset management, how you do the license optimization?
That's a very good question. For us, having the device management is the first to have the Mirador agent installed in every machines. So we make sure that Mirador agents are installed. And Mirador has a very good feature where you can see the unused installations. So Mirador tells you that, let's say I'm the user, I'm having, let's say, any application like Microsoft Visual, and I have not opened it from last 90 days. Mirador will tell me that this is the person who is having this application but not used it. So it helps me to provide that information to the customer for their license optimization or the cost saving, or use the unused applications and get it uninstalled from their machine. So there is a feature there in Mirador.
Yeah, okay. So you don't discover anything from the network that there might be devices without Mirador agent installed.
No.
So you are not using that in that kind of, let's say, security things. You are using it when and after you have installed. You order the laptops and then you install all the, let's say, agents.
That is true.
Okay.
So it is a standard that any system discovered, it has the Mirador agent installed. Yeah.
Kumar, you had also mentioned in one of your first diagrams something was called.
Should I go back there?
Sure, yeah, you could. It was the smart billing, and you mentioned it briefly and how it related to Mirador, but I was wondering if you could fill me in again, because I sort of missed that, so I was curious about that.
Yeah, this is very interesting for our customers, because it was a question from every customer that I want to pay for the assets which are in real use. Because if I use SACM, there are very bogus data, I would say. The assets which are not in use, not active, but the information it got from Active Directory or the information that got from SACM, the 120 days devices which are not even used, the person might have left the company, but we were billing those assets and it was not genuine to any customer. Then we decided to tell our customer that we want to give you the transparency. We bill you something that you can also see and check. So we go to the Mirador and we look for the devices which are active, and we do the billing based on the active devices. And it really makes a lot of good signs from Tieto to the customers being transparent. So we are transparent of what we are billing, and they are also transparent what they are getting. So we keep the transparency in the smart billing. And this is something, it's not just about the billing, this is something helping us not doing anything manual. So we have an integration between Tone, like I said. So I get the count directly from there, and from our financial team get the information from there, and they could, charge the customer. So it makes life easier when the automation came into the picture. So this is very interesting thing in Tieto what we are doing. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Mikko was saying that he was supposed to ask me some bad questions. Please shoot it.
I have one question.
Yes, please.
About the ServiceNow integration. Did you use our kind of framework, or did you did it by yourself?
We used our architects who are a master in ServiceNow, and then we taught them about Mirador architecture, how does it work, and what are features we could get. We also took a help from Mirador as well, that what all things can be used, how the integrations and ports are open, and how will this work, connections open or not, and then we decided to get on. And then before that we also have done the POCs. So we made sure before we roll out something new, we checked beforehand and then we rolled out. And we rolled out for a very big customer, the ServiceNow integration, which has around 30,000 assets at this moment. Yeah. All right.
One question about the billing data.
Mhm.
So are you also billing devices like displays or printers or things which do not have the client?
Very good questions. We do, but that's not a part of my service.
Okay.
So that's something we do in lifecycle management. But there too we use Mirador information. So we take the informations from Mirador to manage them, and we do the smart billing there too. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Maybe I'm the first speaker who's asking many questions. Ask me and shoot it on me. Yeah. Good.
That's pretty good. I think that's
All
4
right.
questions. That's good.
All
Thank
right.
you.
If I don't have anything else, and if you do too, so thank you very much for listening to me.
Good. Thank you. So.